KURINJI Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
Neet, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
KURINJI Educational Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.in.
Hi students, good morning to everyone. Before starting our class, happy Independence Day to everyone. Today I am continuing about our 11th standard chapter, that is excretory products and their elimination. This is the second video regarding this chapter. In the first video already you got it about what are the different excretory products in the different situational, I mean situational means different locations. If that organism belongs to aquatic or if that organisms belongs to terrestrial, basing on water availability, that organisms are adapted to excrete their excrete their nitrogenous waste material in the form of the different, that is urea, ammonia and uric acid. First ammonia aquatic and then urea, then next ureotelic. These are the different products. Okay, let me continue of our continuation of that chapter. Different organisms are having a different excretory organs. For example, if you take a human body excretory organ is a kidney, but all organisms in the universal wise or in the total world wise, all organisms excretory organ is not a kidney. Based on their requirements, excretory organs are differ in different organisms. Then that I want to explain here, excretory organs in the different individuals. Now after completion of this one, I will explain about our excretory system, human excretory system. Okay, let me start today video session. See Nana, excretory products and their elimination. Here already in the introduction I said different excretory products are producing from the different organisms based on their location, based on their habitat and water availability. And what is the significance of these excretion means? Excretory system is helpful to asthma regulation and body fluid concentration. That is nothing but homeostasis. These two words meaning yesterday you got it, the one in the one video. And then I will start with one important note. Here some of the cartilaginous fishes, some of the cartilaginous fishes are not, that mean maximum marine fishes. Marine fishes body made up of the cartilaginous tissue, so I mean flexible bone. That cartilage fishes are well adapted to store there in their body TMAO. What is that TMAO means? It is a chemical substance, triethyl amide oxide. Why sir? Why they are that cartilaginous fishes are preserved or stored in their body? These chemical substance to want to maintain the similar concentration of their body fluid with external seawater. Because of that sea water is more saline nature, so pH levels are very more. So that's why here if that organisms are getting problem with the exoosmosis. Exoosmosis means water molecules eliminated from the body in the form of the osmosis, in the process of osmosis. So that fish body onwards, more water lost by the osmosis process. So for preventing of exoosmosis, they are maintained in their body these some of the nitrogenous waste material derivative, triethyl amide oxide. For maintenance of this one, those organisms are having the equilibrium status, body fluid concentration, if equilibrium status with the external environment. So that only here it protect the body protein from the damaging of other organ. Because of here if urea is accumulated is more in the body, that will be getting some of the organs of organism getting damaged, eye and kidneys, these and all will getting problem. So that urea again will change into the triethyl amide oxide. It is a derivative of the nitrogenous waste material. Okay, that is important note. Then come to the what are the different organs in the different individuals. See, first I will tell about different excretory organ names. One is a protonephridia, second one metanephridia, third one Malphizian tubules, antennary glands and coxal glands and kidney. These and all in the animal kingdom, a different individuals, different phylum organisms are having the excretory organs. Okay, these excretory organs excrete the any one of the nitrogenous waste material, either urea, ammonia, uric acid. This is the thing. So here nephri means nothing but kidney. Nephridia, nephron means a functional unit of the kidney, we call it a nephron. In the lower standard you studied, in the 10th standard also you studied nephron. Nephron is a functional unit of the kidney in the human beings. Nephridias are nothing but nephrons, but in the primitive condition. Still that nephrons are not yet well developed. So that we call as such a type of nephrons we call as a protonephridium. Pro means first origin nephrons we call as a protonephridium. Later little developed, after that we call as a meta. Always in the cell division also, any cell division different steps, pro first, next meta, next telo last, like that is sequence. In that word prefix will tells about what is the condition. Prefix means any word first 3 words, 3 letters indicates the prefix. So here pro means first origin nephrons, protonephridia. Meta means next, later. Okay, that is the meaning. So protonephridia, protonephridias are present in the phylum Platyhelminthes phylum, annelidans and mollusca, larvas, lancelets. These are the example of protonephridians containing organisms. So here I will tell one example. Platyhelminthes organisms in their body, they are containing with flame cells. Animal kingdom explanation time, in the Platyhelminthes phylum explanation time I said the Platyhelminthes organism body consisting with the flame cells, that flame cells are playing important role excretion. That flame cells are nothing but we call as a protonephridia. Okay, so protonephridias containing phylums are Platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes after Aschelminthes, then Annelida and then mollusca. So maximum the primitive invertebrate organisms. Sir, what about before previous Platyhelminthes phylums? Previously Platyhelminthes phylum previous what is the phylums? Ctenophora and then Coelenterata and Porifera. Those and all does not have much more organ system level of organization. Those and all tissue level of organization, correct na? Porifera tissue level of cellular level, and then Coelenterata tissue level, and Ctenophora also tissue level. Still organs are not yet developed. So a particular organ is not well developed for performing a particular one function. So from the Platyhelminthes onwards, organ levels of organization is developed. So we want to say from the Platyhelminthes onwards, protonephridia. Then come to the next one, metanephridia. Metanephridias we seen earthworm. These what is metanephridias, what is their structure, how it will play an important role excretory organs, as excretory organs, that and all I will tell. Detailed study of the earthworm time I will tell. That is one of the topic in our 11th standard. So here earthworm is the best example of metanephridias. Metanephridias is nothing but nephrons, but little bit developed than the protonephridia. Then come to the next one, Malphizian tubules. I think you are already studied in the lower classes these word Malphizian tubules. Malphizian tubules you seen in the cockroach, terrestrial arthropods. Which of the arthropod phylum organisms belongs to terrestrial places survivable? Okay, so those arthropods are containing with the nothing but insects. If you take cockroach or else spider, they are scorpion, crab, these and all. So insects category containing organisms are having the Malphizian tubules. These Malphizian tubules are play an important role in the excretory organs. And then next, antennary glands. These antennary glands means some of the arthropods located or habitat at aquatic media, nothing but example prawn. That prawn having the mesae in the front of the snout, correct na? That mesae in English we call the antennary. That antennary places, bottom places, base places, antennary places, they are releasing the something, they are containing with the glands there. By that glands they are releasing the excretory products. So such a glands we called as a antennary glands, also called as a green glands, in the color green color. So green glands which present in the crustacean. Crustacean also belongs to arthropod, but arthropoda crustacean class belongs to water media, that should be remembered. Aquatic arthropods belongs to antennary gland, and then coxal gland, Now this coxal gland present in the arachnids. Coxal mean it is one small bone, coxal bone in our nearby the anal pore. So in the anal pore nearby one small pore is there, that is a coxal pore. That place it contains one gland, that is a coxal gland. That coxal gland containing organisms are arachnids. Arachnid means a spider is the best example for arachnida. And then here I mentioned spider and scorpion. Scorpion also contains a coxal gland. From the coxal gland onwards they excrete the nitrogenous waste material. And finally, when the organisms are well adapted to the terrestrial places, then automatically the water availability is very less comparing the aquatic media. So that excretory organ is well modified in the purification wise. So that well modified nephrons we called containing structures we called as a kidney. That kidney present from the mollusca and some of the highly advanced characteristics mammals and vertebrates onwards, these, okay, based on the location, based on their habitat, these and all excretory organs, and then examples of that excretory organs in the different individuals. Now we have to enter in our system, our body system, that is a human excretory system. See, if you take human excretory system, where they are located, what are the parts of that, and then how it is, what it is contain, external morphology and internal morphology. By when you hold one kidney with our hand, how it is appears, if you what we seen in that image of kidney, real kidney, okay, and then if you section cutting of that kidney internally, what type of structures we seen in that internal arrangement, that and all give the clarity to you for this second column. So let me start our human excretory system. In the human excretory system containing with one pair of kidneys and one pair of ureters and urinary bladder, urethra. These are the significant parts in the excretory system. That parts you are from the 6th standard onwards, you drawn the diagram of the excretory system in the several times. So you are all very well known. These are the one pair of kidneys, pointer place paranganana, one pair, both one pair, and then from the each kidney onwards a tubes will erased. That tubes we call the ureters, one pair of the ureters. That ureters, both sides onward ureters opening into the one small sac-like structure, that is urinary bladder. This urinary bladder is stores the some time up to excretion, releasing of urine outside from the body. Such a sac-like structure we call as a urinary bladder. That opening it is a urethra. These urethra goes through the penis of the male genital organ. Okay, that is the important parts. These are parts only here I mentioned, one pair of kidney and one pair of ureter, urinary bladder and urethra. And then when you hold a real kidney with your hand, the what is the color of that kidney? Color of kidney, it is a reddish brown color, and shape, how it is appears, that shape is a bean shape. Okay, bean shape. Beans seeds are there na, leguminaceae plant beans. That bean shaped structure we can find, and then situated in our body, in which place they are presented? They are present back side, especially dorsal side. If you say in the scientifically, dorsal side of our human body, and then it containing either side of it is present either side of the vertebral column, either side of the vertebral column, that too in the vertebrae, the bottom vertebrates, nearby the bottom vertebrates. See, then these kidneys we call as a retroperitoneal organs. What is that retroperitoneal? Basically, embryonic developmental time, three germinal layers are there: endo, ecto and meso. These ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. These are the layers. Some of the organs are still covered with that embryonic developmental layers. So such a type of organs we call as a retroperitoneal organs. Retroperitoneal organs. These, so that's why kidneys are covered in the outer side. With the ventral side, it is not yet covering any parietal layer. Only dorsal side only it covers. So kidneys are called as a retroperitoneal organs. Then arrangement. The right kidney slightly lower than the left kidney. In our body, if you see in our right kidney location, it is located somewhat of slightly lower than the left kidney. Left kidney located somewhat of high range, and then right kidney located somewhat of down walls. Because of in the abdominal place, our right side, we have the liver. So liver, by the presence of the liver, the position of the kidney is moved somewhat of slightly low in the right side kidney. Left side kidney, as usual, it is located in the somewhat of upper than the right kidney. And then if you calculate the weight of the each kidney, one kidney approximate weight 120 grams to 170 grams. 170 grams. Now that now what you hold it, that kidney with your hand, that kidney by appearance, if you see that perfect examine of that kidney, it is one side, one deep curve is there. Deep curve means it is C-shaped curve we can see. Bean shaped on one side, it is has a C-shaped curve. That curve in the scientifically we call it a convex shaped. And then other side, another side, internal surface, it has the deep notch. Okay, if you take that bean seed, one side seed germination place deep notch is there, and then totally remaining surface area it is a convex shape. That only here. Outer surface of the kidney it is a convex shaped, and then inner surface it has a containing with a deep notch. That notch name, deep knot name is called the hilum. Okay, these are scientific words you should be remember. What are the parts we see? Okay, and then come to this side. Each and every organ needs some protection. Okay, how we seen in the lungs protected with the pleural layers, and then heart, cardiovascular layers are there. Heart surrounded by the several layers. Okay, serous layer, peritoneal layer, these and all we seen. Like that, kidney also covered by the, protected by the three layers. So that layers always indicates word is a renal. So first layer we called outer layer renal fascia. Then renal fascia inside renal adiposa. The renal adiposa ki inside renal capsulae. These are the three type of layers to protect the total kidney. Outer side renal fascia, renal adiposa, renal capsulae. Renal word indicates the kidney. Okay. Nickname of scientific nickname of kidney. Each and every organ of our body having some nickname. If you take liver, hepatic, lungs, pleura, pulmonary. These are the some scientific names. So like here kidney nickname is a renal. So this is the thing. Now this is the time to explain how kidneys are getting blood supply. What is the function of kidney? Generally kidneys are having the blood supply with the dorsal aorta. Dorsal aorta means systemic aorta origin from the left ventricle kada. That left ventricle onwards origin systemic aorta come out from the heart and then going to downwards direction to reach the to divide into the several tubes end to the reach the total body parts. So in that one of the biggest vessel, that is a dorsal aorta. From dorsal aorta, nitrogenous waste material containing blood will be enter into the both the kidneys. Okay, when the nitrogenous waste material blood is enter the inside of the kidney, inside of the kidney nephrons are there. Nephrons, remember that word, what is the structure, how it will play an important role in the excretion, in the continuation videos you will get. That kidney, that nephrons filtrate of these nitrogenous waste material, and then what are the essential things need to maintain in the blood, that and all leave it, and then unessential particles are everything absorption and then filtrate, then separating from the blood, then purified blood will be collecting from the renal vein, then it will going into the mixing with or connecting with the inferior vena cava. Inferior vena cava means vein, a big veins. That veins origin from the, comes from the lower parts of body. So from the, it will collect the blood from the lower parts of kidney, also lower part than the heart kadanna. Heart is somewhat of upper side. So here dorsal artery to supply the the nitrogen containing blood to the kidney, that supplying to the by the renal artery entering into the inside of the kidney, then after purification of the blood, that renal veins collecting the purified blood and then vomit the purified blood into the inferior vena cava. That inferior vena cava to supply the purified blood to the different body parts. That is a general mechanism of a kidney. Okay, then this is a function and external structure. We want to discuss now internal structure of the kidney. When you section cutting, LS, longitudinal section cutting, that longitudinal section cutting will give the perfect idea about internal anatomy of the kidney. So here that LS tells the kidney structure internally. By these diagram, we can able to distinguish the total kidney internal part into the two parts. Outer side that we call the cortex, which is the part is located in the peripheral side of the kidney, adjacent side. Adjacent side means nothing but renal covering layers are there, renal fascicula, renal adiposa, renal capsula. Which of the cortical part, which of the kidney part nearby the peripheral side or adjacent side, those part we call as a renal cortex. And the middle of the kidney, that tissue we call as a medullary part. So totally kidney internally divided into the two part, cortical part and medullary part. Now that medullary part, some places they are having the bundle like structures, pyramidal like structures, just like a hill like structures. Okay, which of the places are become a form to the hill like structures, those we call the medullary pyramids. This is the medullary pyramid, this is the medullary pyramids. In between of the medullary pyramid something gap is there, that gap filled with the cortex. So a cortical projections going in between of the medullary places. Such a cortical places we call as a Bettini of columns of Bettini, anything, both are correct. Bettini columns and columns of Bettini. Okay, Bettini of columns of Bettini. Now these in between of the two pyramids, renal medullary pyramids or renal pyramids, both are correct. Medullary pyramids, some of the textbooks content they are giving the renal pyramids, medullary pyramids, because of renal means kidney, that renal pyramids are located in the place of the medullary places of kidney, so that's why we call it the medullary pyramids also. So these medullary pyramids bottom place, base place, they are having the small junctional point, that junctional point we call as a calyx. This a base of the renal pyramids we call as a calyx. This is how many renal pyramids are there, how many medullary pyramids are there, that many number of calyx projections are there. All calyx are joined together in one place, it will form the pelvis. This is the pelvis, a funnel like structure, that is a pelvis. From the funnel like structure onwards, a tube will be origin, that tube only we call as a ureter. These are the internal parts. Already in the beginning of this video, excretory system, containing with the kidney. That kidney LS only we seen. How the kidney is protected by the different layers also completed. In the internal anatomy time, these cortex and medullary parts we should be remember. Again, medullary part is a partition by the several pyramid-like structures. Those pyramids we call as a medullary pyramids. Then medullary pyramids in between of medullary pyramids, cortical projections are there. That cortical projections we call as a Bettini columns of Bettini. And then in the base of the renal pyramids or medullary pyramids, finger-like projections like structures are there. That we call as a calyx. All the calyx of the columns of medullary pyramids are jointed together. It will form the one pelvis funnel jointed place that is called as a pelvis. Pelvis leads to a tube-like structure that is we call as a ureter. That ureters only came out from the kidney from the either sides. One pair of ureters to go on downwards direction open into the ureters. So urethra, urinary bladder. That urinary bladder to collect the nitrogenous waste material, eliminated waste material in the up to micturition or up to releasing. Then when the urinary bladder filled with something urine, that urinary bladder will be enlarged up to certain time. When the full fill with urea, we are the urea kadanana, excretory animals kada, excretory products kada. So that urea is released out by a small hole that is a urethra. Okay, this is the external and internal structure of a human excretory organ, that kidney. In continuation, in the internally functional and structural unit is there in the kidney that we call as a nephron. What is the structure of nephron? It will continue on the next video. Let me wait up to next video. Okay, Rana. Thank you.